This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out, y'all.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45 here, Heather B.
It is.
Good day, good day. Just dealt with our taxes and, you know, and I wanted to have that conversation with Lou Hutt before I brought these next gentlemen on because they making a lot of money now, Heather, and I just want to make sure they protect their money.
Absolutely.
They're on this third installment of the Step Brothers project, the series, which came out back in 2011.
Indeed.
I believe. And then they came back with the Step Brothers 2, which actually got some Billboard success. And the thing that makes this so incredible is that these guys are moving autonomously, independently.
Oh, indeed.
These dudes have been doing their own thing for quite some time and well respected because of it, from representing that Tennessee state of just realness, and they're here with us today. Give it up for Starlito and Don Tripp.
No doubt.
Practice.
Step Brothers.
Yo, man, how y'all been, man? Step Brothers 3 is out now, by the way.
Oh, indeed.
Starlito, what up with you, man?
Man, not much, man. On tour, just grinding, working.
Just working?
Yeah.
Who you on tour with? Just you
With
guys?
Don Tripp.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're headlining a national tour, doing about 30 cities, about 10 in. We go to Jacksonville tomorrow, St. Pete, Orlando.
They were orchestrated ourselves. Not to cut them off. I just had to throw that on in there.
Yeah, we actually
Don
going
Tripp
to the
kind of
West
bullies
Coast.
you, I noticed this.
Just
He
this
kind of
morning.
bullied. Just this morning? Okay, go ahead. So we'll go ahead.
In May, we're going to the West Coast. This will be our first time, you know, playing paid dates out there. So it's
All
a
this
blessing.
independent.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the label?
Grind hard, and I mean, we got a joint thing, you know, for our collaborative project.
Your collaborative projects.
Yeah.
You guys, which song was I listening to? And and you were talking about the record deals that have been offered and being that they're saying we the best, and you know.
I think that was the
13th
13th Amendment.
We'll come back to that. All right, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
What is it like now? You know, it's interesting because Rich Nice and I were talking about this. Heather, you could attest to this. Back in the day, man, record deals were rare. And when you got one, it was like somebody got freedom.
You struck gold.
You struck gold. Like, you got a deal?
That's true.
You know, it was really like a big deal. It was like getting signed into the league.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you signed a deal?
Right.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Yeah. What is that about, man?
I mean, having been on both sides of it, it's
Yeah.
just like the game. You gotta adapt, you gotta evolve. These days, it's more about a plan than the actual structure of it. If you know what you want to get out of it, you just gotta approach it, you know, head first.
How did y'all approach the Step Brothers 3 project? What was the plan?
Be true to ourselves. That we just put that above all else. I mean, we kind of snowballed from what we had built on. We made, you know, the story records. We made it's just rappers rap. We, you know, focus on the lyrics. But also, like I said, being true to ourselves, we're telling our own story. You know, every other song, bro, is talking about his children because that's the most important thing in this world.
True.
And I think that makes us incredibly personable. People relate to that because there's more people raising their children than selling drugs or shooting people or, you know, whatever. So we try to make sure it's a fair balance.
Were you in Nashville?
I'm from Nashville.
Nashville, right? Do you still live in Nashville?
Yeah, I moved back about a year ago.
Moved back from where?
I was out in Phoenix for a while. I went
He
west.
been all over the place.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I stayed in Vegas, Atlanta, Houston,
Yeah.
a few places.
He was a little difficult to catch up with.
You gotta live, man.
I feel you. Hey. I never knocked that.
Rolling
I
Stone.
agree. Yep. Papa was a rolling. He just happened to not have any legitimate kids.
Come on now.
You got some kids, man?
Nah, not that I know of.
Just like
Okay.
That's fire.
All right. And so the independent route, in terms of streaming and streaming your music now is, you know, I think when Step Brothers 2, were they streaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not as much. That was
Yeah.
2013, so
Yeah.
streaming was growing into the monster it is now. But
Okay.
That's all you got.
You know, I was reading something recently. It was an article that put into question. Okay, so you know how Jay-Z, it was reported that he just took out the remaining of his albums from Spotify. And then you hear how Taylor Swift wants to create her own streaming platform. Just so many different conversations around this. And this article questioned if you are pretty much putting your legacy in jeopardy because these future generations may not discover you. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, on the consumer end of that, I'll speak to that because not many artists do. all the music that I have, all the music that I obtain, I purchase it all. Like, I don't do the streaming. And if I want to hear your record, well, first I have to hear it before I like it or purchase it. Period. But if I hear a record I like right now, if we chilling, it could be a Adele record. If it come on and I like it, I'm buying it. But I buy it because I don't like nobody controlling what I can and can't do. And with the streaming, that's the thing with me. I have no, I can pick the genre of music I want to listen to, but when it starts selecting other records for me that I didn't want to hear, that's like the lack of control for me, and I ain't never agree with not being able to be in control. As far as that, I had to look at it the same way. As an artist, I don't agree with not being able to be in control of my art. So I feel them on that, but at the same token, it gets tricky because we don't know what the hell gonna happen in 5 years. 5 years they can make it where you don't have to pay for none of the music. You don't even have to pay to subscribe.
Pretty much what they're doing right now.
That's what I'm saying. So when it get tricky like that, I can't say what side of that I agree with, because I feel them. I feel Jay taking all his records off of everything other than Tidal. Fortunately for me, I own all the records, so I don't have to. It don't matter where he put them. I already got them. I don't have to rebuy them. But I feel that it's same with Taylor Swift. I get it because the way the record labels run it, they get what they want for it, and then they give you what they want to give you for it. So I feel them on that. As a consumer, it swap up a lot. So as consumers just gotta conform anyway. At one point, on no flat screen TVs,
Right.
Shit was 90 pounds. And now, you got a TV on every wall. I got a TV in every room in the house. So
Okay.
Did it just start? We trying to have a real conversation, man.
I was just saying,
Had to
man.
let you know,
Feel like
Sway.
you got one in the bathroom too, bro?
Yeah, I actually do.
Oh my God!
I do, man. I do.
What you watching when you shitting, man? I don't understand.
No, it's
Oh.
above my tub.
Oh.
I had to do my Scarface rendition, man.
What shape is your tub?
Man, I don't know what the hell shape that is. It's like
Jacuzzi?
oblong, man. Yeah, it's a big, it's a big ass tub, man.
Scarface style.
Few people
Sway.
fit in it, so
She be back. Don't worry.
It ain't as big as Scarface tub, that was like a swimming pool in his
That was a
bathroom
beautiful
and
tub,
shit.
wasn't it?
I agree. I was a little bothered with Manny sitting beside him while he was in.
That was different.
Chilling in
That
the
was
tub,
different.
right?
Yeah.
You're in a tub, right?
Yeah.
He's taking a bath. Y'all caught that, right?
Yeah.
But hey, they get down different apparently. So,
Well, neither one of them get down anymore, so
right.
They both got off in the movie. Don Tripp is here. Starlito is here. Step Brothers 3.
Indeed.
I'm going to play a song, and then I'm going to come back and I want to talk to you about a song. So let me see which one I want to play. Let's play track number, Good Cop, Bad Cop.
I'm with you.
Yo, that's Good Cop, Bad Cop. Step
Indeed.
Brothers 3. It's out now. Starlito is here. Don Tripp is here. Talk about the concept behind that song.
And just real rap, man. We try to offer a different perspective,
Well, with this one, what we wanted to do, I mean, of course it happens. I think the problem with this incident, with this occurrence, is that nobody see any other side of the table.
Mm-hmm. You talking about relations between the community and police?
Right.
Police brutality and otherwise.
Like I don't know if y'all checked out the video. The video's like more like a mini movie than a video, but in it, our aim was to give you not the typical story, like, hey man, we black and police shot us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
And we want to make prospectively make all sides of a human, because like you said, it only affects you, or issues only reach you as they reach you. So if you're not from the hood, or you know what I'm saying, you privileged or you well off, you don't even see it like this. And even a police officer, the way that they grow up, their upbringing, influences that. The way a 30-year-old white police officer looks at an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid is a byproduct of how he was raised, and it's your product of your environment too. In the first bars, Officer Bart grew up with a Confederate flag in his front yard. Like, we're just trying to give you the full spectrum of it, rather than, NWA, the Fuck the Police was prospectively great because that was their reality.
Of course.
But, you know, we're in a space where, like, yeah, we might get pulled over and shot, but at the same time, like, I'm old enough to realize every cop isn't the devil. You know, it's a job, it's a gig, and it's a lot of pressure that comes with that. So
I mean, even with that, like, it was an incident in Nashville where a civilian was killed by a police officer.
yeah, about 2 weeks before the album dropped.
Right. And a few, maybe like 7 or 8 months before we even, before we finalized the album, it was an incident in Memphis, and it wasn't the neighborhood I grew up in, but it was the community that I grew up in. Mm-hmm. A civilian killed a police officer. Like, it was just a regular stop. He jumped out and he lit him up. And, but that was my point. Yeah. I'm like, that was our point. That, it's more sides to it. We didn't want to just, like you said, NWA and Fuck the Police. That record means something. Mm-hmm. But that's a story that's already told. And, of course, we not NWA, even though he kind of looks like a tall Eazy-E. A little.
Does look like a tall Renton, or what do you think? Dre, when Dre had the braids?
Come on, man. Are y'all throwing shots? We can do that too.
All right.
But yeah, the record is like we want to build on what got us here. The Season, Brutus, Alicia on Live Records, where we're talking about, it's social commentary. We're talking about what's going on when you walk outside. Or if you don't watch the news, this is the news,
This is the news.
Right, we're that voice.
Step Brothers 3 is the project, Starlito.
I want Starlito to talk about his braids, though, because that is a good grade of hair. I'm into, like, because honestly, everybody can't do that. Because you see a lot of dudes walking around with braids and they skinny. They get like 4, maybe 5, but and it's getting thicker and thicker as you go down. That's a good grade of hair. Who braids your hair?
A close friend, a close friend. Shout out to Key out there.
No, it's nice. I just didn't know what he was using. That's a good grade, Sway.
I appreciate it.
I'm trying to tell you, Don Tripp got a good grade too. You see, you got a good grade too. But
I had just took my braids out when I came.
Oh, okay, all right, it's different.
I had peeled it off. I left it in the Uber. It happens. It happens. I was tired.
Left the braids
in the Uber. You heard him.
All right.
How do y'all feel about in the industry when it comes to a lot of rap dudes? They swap girlfriends a lot. We tend to see that.
Swapping with each other?
Well, it's just like when they break up, then that girl will go on to date homeboy's best friend. Like in the situation of Chris Brown, Karrueche dating Quavo, is reported that he's upset now. Do you guys see a lot of that?
I only concern myself with the woman in my bed. The rest of that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. If we date ain't got nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. I'm certain who I date don't got nothing to do with him. And for the rest of the world, I think mind their damn business.
Who he fucked don't make him come.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what it is?
I wouldn't quite said it like that. But
that's how you got to break it down to Tracy.
Right, okay.
She got it.
Because you know what it is?
I
feel like every rapper has a line that's talking about, I'm going to fuck your bitch. Every rapper got
we
a
love
line
to say
like
that, of course. But
yeah.
We kill you in every line, too. We run around killing people. Well, some of us are now. Some of these young niggas is killing people. They're like, I shot a nigga 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
like, what?
And then to come out on YouTube and
right. Really then go to jail 10 minutes after that. You're like, well, hey, that nigga's living it.
I want to go back to Good Cop, Bad Cop for a second because I don't know how many people caught it, but I'm a movie nerd. And you talked about Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon. You talked about Don Cheadle and Crash and Traffic, Street Kings, Training Day. You mentioned a lot of cop movies in there, and I don't know how many people caught that.
Wesley
and you got an
Snipes.
Ultimate Warrior shirt on, which is fucking awesome.
I appreciate
So
it.
Man.
how much does film play a part in with the music that you create?
Well, this record in particular, like we recorded the record with the music video in mind. And like we said, we shot a short film. It's about 8 minutes or so to a 3-minute record. So stylistically, we borrowed some of those elements from all those movies that we mentioned because we're the same age. So we were introduced to the same things, pop culture-wise, be it wrestling or police movies at the same time. So they more or less mean the same things.
True.
And even to a younger audience that isn't familiar with those movies, that's why we put it in a music video. Mm-hmm. Because this is probably our introduction to police. It's film and otherwise. And so as we're curating this and putting content out there, this is where we start from. Like you said, the Don Cheadle thing is just a duality. In one movie, he's kind of straight and narrow, and another movie is more or less crooked. And if you're familiar with both, it's just painting a picture, making the picture more vivid.
Boy's a dope right here, man. Yeah. Cameron's from Philly. What up, Cameron?
Hey, Cam.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
What it is, bro?
Oh, man, I'm trying to get it. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, go ahead, man. What's your question?
Hey, first I wanted to say good morning, Sway. I listen to you all the time. I'm a big fan.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me on the phone.
Absolutely.
That's you.
I wanted to thank these gentlemen for producing this music in a way that is it's different. It gives people something to think about instead of just always negative toward the police. You have to take some sort of accountability and things like that. And man, these dudes gave me goosebumps listening to that song.
That's real, brother. We appreciate that.
No, that's good.
No problem.
Hey, you know, the whole project Step Brothers 3 is out now. How can they get it?
StepBrothers3.com. Whatever your preferred choice for music outlets, you can get it there.
And you can purchase it physically from there. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you a citizen first time caller.
Sway in the morning.
All right, let's go to Florida. Justin, what up?
Hey, Just, what's poppin', baby?
Hey, that's right. I ain't gonna say I'm a first time call. I'm just the first time get through. Or how about that?
You made it, Jay. You made it.
But I made it. I appreciate that. Sway been following you since the MTV days with the dreads. I love it. As a beat, Tracy G.
Hey.
All I can say is, hey, I love the way y'all just keep it real, allow people to express their opinion. You don't judge. I love it. So to the brothers, I just heard y'all was coming to St. Pete. Like the other caller said, bro, y'all give me goosebumps, man. I'm trying to tell you. Just thank you for just keeping it real, coming from the gut, and talking about things that make people think. You understand? They take us to a place that make brothers like come outside of like what they see, as well as the other side being able to say, let me understand where I came from, so maybe I can look at things a little bit different, so I don't judge just from what I see on the media, but maybe it come from a place of compassion, right? Mm-hmm. So we ain't always just judging and trying to make everybody the enemy when they black and when they white, they right necessarily.
Yeah, that's real.
That's a good point, man. Jay, man. And pick up that project, Jay. Man, you're a citizen, man.
That's Sway in the morning.
Yeah, man. Y'all moving the crowd right now, man. Sammy, what up? Sammy's in Michigan. What up, Sammy?
What up, Sammy?
How's it going, guys? Just like to say what's up. I've honestly been dying to get a hold of Don Tripp and Starlito ever since I started listening to them.
How long you been listening?
At least 5 years. I mean, I went all the way back to Ultimate Warrior and all of that. I'm a college student. I've been in, trouble in here or there, but Yep, and I think your guys' story really reaches out to anybody who really wants to listen from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. We appreciate that. Indeed. That's what we do it for.
Hey, you should show the ultimate appreciation by picking up that project, StepBrother3.com, okay?
Will do.
All right, you're a citizen,
Absolutely.
Sammy. And he's a real supporter, too, man.
Yeah.
5 years. He put in 5 years. L.A. from South Carolina. What up, L.A.?
L to the A.
Hey, what up, Sway? Tracy, Heather B. I seen y'all on that Luke Cage. I seen y'all.
Hey, man. Hey, you know what? Listen, man. L.A. Don Tripp got a TV in every room. and then me and Heather was on Luke Cage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Yeah. Shout out to Method Man. That's one of my favorite rappers, man. They did shit on that.
I just gotta say this, man.
Yeah.
I've been fucking with y'all boys since Gates had braids. You feel me?
Damn.
Long time.
Gates had braids.
I never even seen that.
Kevin Gates had braids.
You got me. Hey, hey, man, that had to be a long time ago. I do appreciate the love, brother. Straight up.
Last night on Ride, and I hear y'all on the radio. I'm like, damn, them boys made on the radio. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I could have called in. I heard y'all last night. I get back in the car. Y'all on the radio again? I'm like, damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, we working, man. We working hard, man.
We won't leave.
Indeed.
Yeah, you know what, LA? Why don't you hit them up directly? What's y'all social media? If people want to reach
man,
you.
my handle on every social media site is Mr. Don Tripp, MRDONTRIP, everywhere.
I'm on Twitter, Lito615, Instagram, Starlito, Grind Hard. Everything else on grindhard.com.
Okay, hey man, let me ask y'all something. I couldn't find the lyrics to the 13th Amendment song.
I was trying to find them for you. I couldn't.
You can find them either.
Well, I write in a lot of I write in so you gonna
about
say
7 different Apple devices.
It just is what it is. I write in the super big iPad, the small iPad, the MacBook, the MacBook Pro.
So your lyrics are everywhere. You find
yours? I mean, the cloud is confusing sometimes. So it's there, but man, it takes 2 days to find it.
We can't stop and go, can we? In the middle on this system.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're gonna do a lyrical breakdown.
Let's do it.
I don't get it.
Man, shout out to the engineer.
Oh,
The
right
engineers
there.
don't get enough love, man.
Yeah, oh. Take your shirt
Indeed.
off, oh.
That's a vital part of our music, of music, period. And people never really credit the engineers. I said that because when one of the people that called, it was loud as hell, and he swapped before I could take my headphones off. He had already had it lowered, but. That's one of the key ingredients in our music is we share an engineer. Like literally, like even when he's doing a solo project or I'm doing a solo project, one person touches all of the music that comes from us. And I just want to say that because, if the engineers don't do their job, then it sounds like shit when they get to you. And, you can't vibe with something you can't understand. Shout out to Kevin Zuliello while we in here.
What's his name?
Kevin Zuliello. I don't know. I couldn't spell that for you.
Okay, Kevin Zulio. Yeah, man, that continuity y'all have is because that one ear that you use, that you trust, that mix all your music, and they mix it well. Your project sounds great. So I want to play back some of the lyrics of this song and tell me what was the thought what inspired the lyric, or what was the thought process when you wrote it? All right, let's go.
You know they say they put Harry Tubman on a $20 bill. You know what they say? Step brothers.
All them whips and them chains that you slave for. When it was all said and done, you should have saved more. I'm worth.
All those whips and those chains that you paid for.
That you slave for.
When it's all done and said.
You should have saved more.
Who you talking to?
Our audience, our core. I mean, the people from our culture, financial literacy and otherwise is at an all-time low for our generation.
True. So that man just dropped a gem right there. We're not hearing this terminology enough.
Yeah.
Financial literacy.
True.
Exactly.
What does that mean, Starlito? Financial.
I mean, you gotta really know. We're the type to plan for tomorrow, and you gotta know what's going on with your money. Making money is only half the battle. It's holding on to it, saving money, all of the above. And I mean, the song had some slave chants built into the beat, so that led to the thought. All the whips and the chains that you slave for, because I mean, young brothers are doing whatever, sisters as well, for their bread, and then pissing it away.
Right.
And part of it is. Honestly, hip-hop is in part to blame because we got all these false and weird-ass ideals. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I drive a foreign car and wear expensive jewelry, but it's not a priority. It's not and some of that shit I was into when I was younger and I just still own or whatever. But, work...
And you paid for it, though.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Right.
Right, and I slaved for it. I worked hard as hell, but I want to have more than this to show for when I'm 20 years from now, when I'm necessarily not behind the mic.
That's an ill double entendre.
Because the whips
is the car and your slave
and the chains.
But it's around your neck, too, popping.
Oh, my God. Okay, keep going.
Sitting in jail and in the graveyard. Heard I'm too black to play the race card. I wouldn't.
Stop. What was that line? I'm too black to play the.
I said,
in the graveyard.
I'm worth less sitting in jail than in the graveyard.
Stop.
It's just true.
I'm worth
less sitting in jail than in the graveyard. My life insurance policy is worth infinitely more than anything I can make while sitting in jail. I'm only gonna make these corporate companies that got interest in privately owned prisons money. True. I'm gonna be working for a tenth of minimum wage there. Whereas if somebody kills me, at least I leave something behind. But that's just something to consider because when people risking their freedom, I mean, this is where I come from.
True that.
So people risking their freedom, putting their life on the line, this is a day-to-day reality. But I don't think a lot of, my peers consider that if I get jammed up, there's nothing I can do for anybody. So,
not a single thing.
In a subtle way, I'm trying to encourage people, like, go get a job before you go, sell a brick and make $1,000, and you can be gone for a year. I mean, for life, for 20 years, 25 years,
they throwing out $40 now, so
Right. It's risk versus reward.
For $1,000. So.
Risk versus reward.
Then the next line was, I heard I'm too black to play the race card.
Right.
What did that mean?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Even back to the good cop, bad cop. Like, there's certain things that when, depending on where you come from, when you say it, is stigmatizing. I had an issue locally with this venue. We were trying to route our tour. We're doing the tour ourselves, like I said. And I kind of got the vibe, like, they don't want to deal with us or our type of music, so to say. And I put them on blast for it. And it was just kind of like, oh, we're not racist, we're not this and that. And it's like people cringe when you say certain things coming from where you come from, but the truth is the truth. And it's intimidating when you're young, black, gifted, you know, and not ashamed of it. So it's like I'm aware that because of where I come from, because of what I look like, when I walk in certain places, a door gets slammed in my face. Otherwise, but it's like, I mean, we can't even really push that line, so to say. But I mean, I'm still not afraid to.
Starlito and Don Trip. Okay, go.
Play the race card.
I wouldn't conform, so the label hit the panic button. You know they can't stand a nigga when you stand for something. I do what I want when I want. I never had a budget and I don't answer to not a soul. So don't ask me nothing and offer me a mansion.
Stop. You stand on your loan. The label. How that line go?
What is it? They can't.
The panic button.
The panic button line.
I wouldn't conform, so the label push the panic button. You know, they can't stand a nigga when you stand for something.
Is that how you feel? Like that with the relationship between the music business and artists?
I don't know about the music business and the artists. I only know about my situation, the situation I was in. I've seen it before, never firsthand, of course, because it's not, it's never been my situation until it was my situation. And in my situation, it was tricky. It was like, yeah, man, we love your painting, but we want you to use these colors now. We want you to use these markers now. I understand you use actual paint. We want you to use these markers now. Use those until we figure out what the hell you're doing. And when I signed, actually, the first thing they told me, the first command was, don't do any shows. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, this is the music business. The only way I eat is if I perform. I said, man, I got kids. How am I gonna not perform? It was like, you don't need to perform until your album come out. I'm like, okay, well, give me a date. When is the album coming out then? You got 70, I've recorded 70 records for you. Tell me when the album's coming out. Since you don't want me to perform until the album comes out. But what I figured out was, later on they presented paperwork that I would not sign. I wouldn't even read. But they wanted to control my, my publishing, my touring. They wanted to control everything.
The merchandise and
right. I never signed off on that, and that was the thing. They didn't want me to move because I don't think they assumed I'd look into why the hell would you tell me not to go make some money? I'm a grown man.
Right.
But I started asking questions. I'm like, how I'm supposed to eat then? How I'm supposed to feed my kids? And the response was, if you need something, let me know. I'm like, man, I'm a grown man. I'm come from that. So, this ain't that. No shape, form, or fashion is just that. And, after that, it was a lot of clashing because, the music I make it come from my heart. I can't sit here and do the shit you want me to do because you want me to do it. Either I feel it or I don't feel it. I think every Force record is a horrible fucking record. If I sit in here and we turn the beat on, I don't give a fuck how much we pay for the studio. Anybody that's been in the studio with me can vouch. When I go in the studio, production is all I care about. We gonna do what we do. But if I come in the studio and we play 30 beats and I can't feel nothing, I don't feel nothing. We try the shit tomorrow. We don't gotta wait 8 hours to figure this out. We ain't gotta sit in here and kick it and waste more money. I ain't feeling it, bro. I come back tomorrow. I come back later on the night if I catch something. Other than that, we good. We can come back 2 weeks later and the same record that I thought was bullshit, it might touch me.
Find something, yeah.
Right, but that's how it works. I'm not gonna force it. I feel like the force records be the worst shit.
Yeah.
But you know how the label work. It's they word or no word. So
let's play that a little more.
Offer me a mansion in a Lamborghini. Where you been? I got babies, ain't no way to feed them. Off no per diem, I hear family listen. We the best, it's a movie. Meanwhile, they in the office trying to stick it to me. I told them, fuck them, I'm bucking, you can't do shit but sue me. I get paid cash anyway, so don't misconstrue it.
Wait, stop. Hold up, man. I'm gonna just play the record. I need to play the record. When you say that we the best thing, that was just, you were making reference to...
I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. Yeah. I was talking about the whole epidemic ordeal. With them, I won't. I only call it like it is. I don't. You know me, man. My thing ain't to throw dirt on nobody. But this was my story to tell because it involves me for the for the most part. I get to say what it is. Either way, they thing was
it we the best?
No, it wasn't we the best. Okay. That they wanted to use everything that was around them to sway me, to get me to
no pun intended.
Right, of course.
It's a powerful word.
But you know, they wanted to use all that shit. I don't know. I think when we met, they assumed that, you know, I'm a kid that come from nothing, and any kind of shiny shit you put in front of me, I'm gonna want. Mm-hmm. They offered me Lamborghinis and a mansion in Miami, a mansion in LA, and I'm like, how I'm supposed to get I can't. The song says I can't see my son. So you want me to move further away from my son? Mm-hmm. This isn't making sense. You know, I'm like, you gonna give me a Lamborghini? Why? I haven't made you any money, but you gonna give me a $500,000 car. Mm-hmm. So what I'm gonna owe you when I finish with this $500,000 car? Mm-hmm. They didn't want to tell me that, of course. I'm like, you know, I'm good. You ain't gotta buy me shit. Give me what you owe me. Other than that, I ain't here for that. But you know, they thing was, man, look, I got phone calls from Cash Money to get Cash Money to make me, oh man, it's Cash Money. Yeah, I love them. I admire everything they do with Cash Money. But we ain't talking about me as a fan no more. We talking about me as a brand now. I don't give a fuck if hey man, baby can call right now. If we ain't talking something that makes sense, then it don't make sense. Just because it's baby, I'm not gonna say, oh hell yeah, where the pen at? No, this ain't that. They did the same thing with the Khaled thing. With Rick, they tried to introduce me to as many people that could try to convince me to conform, to do what they was asking me to do. And I'm like, man, I don't know this nigga. Yeah, I know his music, but I don't know this nigga can't. How he gonna tell me what to do financially? How he gonna make a business decision for me? He don't know my middle name. So I'm like, you know, they don't know enough about me for that. And like I said, their whole thing was just to show me all the shiny shit. They thought I was gonna fall into that. And all the only thing that was in my head was, man, rap don't last forever. How I'm gonna feed my babies, man? And I had 2 kids right there, and they did not acknowledge that. They kept talking about my son. I'm like, and you talking about, you know, they sit down, man, we family. It's gonna be a movie. I'm like, the fuck are you? I'm just being real. This wasn't coming from Khaled. I never really sat down with Khaled. This is just Cool and Dre. Yeah. And they whole thing, I had peeped them out. They don't know what they never understood. I come from the gutter for real. Yeah. So in order to survive in the gutter, you gotta learn how to connive. Even if you're not physically conniving. And what I do, I just sit back and watch. I just observe. So I peeped them out. You know, Cool is the guy that's gonna do all the talking, and Drake gonna come in with all the flabbergasting. And I'm like, yeah, this shit sounds fantastic, but the true meaning of fantastic, it sounds unbelievable. It sounds make believe. So you know, they you know, that was their thing. You know, like hit me with this movie, all this bullshit. We family, and I would be on FaceTime with my daughter, and they repeatedly like they got Alzheimer's. Oh man, you got a daughter? The fuck, nigga! I just told you this 2 weeks ago. I had a daughter.
Yeah, we gonna pull out of this one. But, you know, but that's where it came from.
Right.
Yeah,
go that deep.
We go. Yeah, I did ask you. You know. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out of that one. All right. Shout out to Cool and Dre. They was just trying to do business.
Yo, shout out to Cool and Dre.
They was trying to do business.
We ain't rocking. I ain't gonna.
Step Brothers 3 is in the streets. StepBrothers3.com.
But I picked this song to do this because the lyrics are so potent.
Yeah, well, see, what I can say though, I don't hold no grudges. You know, this is the first time we ever spoke about this. You know, I've been up here. It's probably like the 5th time me and you sat down. Yeah. Just, you know,
we've never even talked about.
My thing is never to throw dirt on nobody. Like I said, you asked the question, I'm gonna answer the question. If anybody don't agree, hey, welcome to share their side of the story. I can only give my rendition of what happened. Either way, I learned so much from that. Yeah. That I never regret it. You know, I take it how I go. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't know that I needed to be my own boss. So,
partially you could kind of partially thank Cool and Dre.
Yeah.
Okay. I can bring it around, God.
And Diddy. And Jimmy. And man, they put some people in that pot.
Okay, Cool and Dre.
Like, where's my money? Isn't there? What?
Your money ain't nowhere, but it's in your
pocket.
Shout out to
CeeLo too. Man, you know what? Before we get too far, shout out to Esther Dean. Esther Dean wrote the chorus for "Letter to My Son."
Yeah,
I ain't gonna get too far into the logistics of it, but people didn't want to pay her. They didn't want to give her nothing, no rights, no publishing, no nothing. I gave her half of mine, and mine wasn't shit. But you know, I just felt like Esther Dean agreed to do that hook. I had never met her before. She called. She was like, "Man, I love you. You want me to do it? I got it." And she sent that shit back in like a night. And you know, in hip hop, you don't get nothing in a night. Yeah. Either way, she did that, and she gets no praise for that. And I just wanted to say that shout out to Esther Dean. I appreciate it to the utmost. I love her to death. If she need anything from me, even if it's a fucking flat screen TV, man, you got it. That's for life.
That's an ill song, man. I had to stop playing it because I played it so much.
Yeah.
I had to stop playing it because I lived it so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But this album is a really interesting album. Step Brothers 3, really good listening. Each song, I was like, okay. If my girl find out, okay. Fortune, y'all showing off on Fortune a little bit. There's a lot of great music on here, even the untitled No Hook song. Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
People appreciate your truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even our conversation, man, you ain't bad, man. You just sharing your experience, and it is what it is. Starlito, even how you break it down, these lyrics, and where your mentality is at. Don Tripp has always been so transparent, some people may say to a fault, but I think to a gift. And so congratulations, continued success. Next time y'all come up here, bring some bars for me though.
We got you.
All right. Here it is, the 13th Amendment song, Sway in the Morning, Shade 405.
It's Sway in the Morning, only on Shade 45.